again, if you just link what if just share what I've popped into here. Right, this is a quick look at you mentioned Alyssa Akante. This is a look at the traffic of Kotaku, which is already in the toilet, but as you can see over the course of the last 8 months or so, it's just down to the nothings now. Where even on the website's just going nowhere. It's just gradually dying a death. While the other devices, the mobile and other devices, probably tablets, etc., just dying, right? Where do you think those people go? Where do you think the people who used to go to the IGNs and the Kotakus and the Polygons and the Screen Rants and all of these that used to do millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of views, where do you think they go when they leave your media pattern? Do you think they just vanish into the ether?
Right.
No, they're going to Jeremy, they're going to you, they're going to fucking Drinker, they're going to the people where they're going, oh, thank fuck.
That's
some common sense, because common sense is now fucking far from common.
Yeah.
It's rare sense nowadays. Because the common sense is, yes, you've got an inbuilt audience. If you're taking over a franchise, you've got an inbuilt audience that know what they like. Do you know what? You cater to that audience and you look where you can expand from there. Yeah. Right. Let's make sure.
But you expand by not slapping those guys in the face.
Yes, like we need
and you can do that.
Yes, secure our audience. Secure them. Right. They like this, they like that. Okay. So where can we now branch off? Because we want to bring more people in, but we don't want to sacrifice what we've got, the core, the people that keep us going. Yep. So how do we do that? Well, we can maybe do a show about this. Let's see how this, and then you try it out. And if it's successful, then you go, okay, this opens the avenue. If it's not successful, you go, okay, we can still course correct because we have all this. So we try something. But one thing that you don't do is you don't try something, have it fail miserably, and then go, oh, you bunch of racists. Oh, you or you don't do what Kathleen the Kennedy did and said, well, we don't want those 50-year-old Star Wars fans. We want to create a new generation of Star Wars fans. Okay. The second bit, we want to create a new generation of Star Wars fans. It's beautiful because do you know what? Things like Star Wars are generational franchises.
Yeah.
But you know what George Lucas didn't do? Alienate the other ones. Because he understands that if it's a generational franchise, it's the fathers and the mothers that are taking the children to the shows, the cinema, to the toy store, whatever it is, to get them involved in it. But if you go, oh yeah, we don't want you. This isn't made for you. And the guy goes, oh, this. I ain't taking my kids to this shit.
Nope.
And then you kill the generation. But then you go, oh, well, this is the gayest Star Wars now. And this is the gayest Marvel show now. This is made for those people. So it's not made for me. And it's not actually made for Star Wars fans because you're not talking about Star Wars. You're talking about being gay. You're not talking about Marvel. You're talking about being gay. So you are saying this has got nothing to do with this franchise anymore. It's purely ideological. Now, some people might be gay, and they might just have a look at that and go, "Yeah, but I don't want. I just want to be entertained." Even I don't. Stop fucking dragging me into this. I don't need to be pandered to. I don't need to be catered to. I just need to go and see something that I've enjoyed for a long time.
Yeah.
So when you know it's going to be ideologically based because they're just there on the red carpet going, gayest ever, the most feminine ever, this, that, and ever, and you go, okay, nobody needs to watch this unless you are entrenched, because anything to the fucking left of to the right of them is
yeah, essentially.
That's the way that they, they're Chairman Mao, and it's just like anything. So you are saying this is not made for anybody anymore. This is not made for anybody. So that franchise, Marvel, Disney, Star Wars, Star Trek, fucking Doctor Who, you've said to all your audience, all we're dealing in now is ideology. And people are just like, okay, good luck then. I'll go find something that's entertaining.
Deuces. Yeah, because it's not like those people just go away. It's not as far as their
No.
interest. No, they just go gravitate towards something else. And this is why definitely after starting the Ripperverse, you know, it's something obviously I'm at least thankful for, even in with the creatives that like the Chuck Dixons of the world, which again DC basically said, even though this is you're like one of the most prolific artists or writers of all time, you said you wanted to go with the Vidal Olives of the world. Okay, great. I'll take Chuck. I'll take Joe Bennett. Thank you very much. I'll take Mike Barron. We'll build out the Ripperverse, but that's kind of the era that we are sort of living in. It's that these guys are cultural. I mean, you know, you hear the term like sort of this cultural like vandalism essentially. But like I said, I think these folks are just so entrenched in their own ideology that they think their opinion is the opinion, even when, and this is the dangerous part from if you're looking at it business wise, even when you're faced with that objective failure. Not just, it's one thing for someone to say you failed, but I'm talking bottom line. I'm talking you are spending money that you don't have, and you've laid egg after egg after egg after egg. And even with some of the properties, because how many times have we heard, okay, this was for women. Okay, cool. The initial demographic.
Charlie's Angels, good example.
This wasn't for y'all. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Why didn't y'all show up?
Yeah.
Why didn't you show up? Right? Or you get the other half, which is worse and even more hilarious. You'll see the makeup, the demographic, the initial demographic makeups, and then you'll see that more men saw it than the women.
The Marvels.
The Marvels is a classic example of it. So you didn't show up. That's what the ultimate thing is. You didn't show up.
A modern audience doesn't exist. It never has existed. It's a fabrication. It's a term that's been made up by the corporation. This is made for a modern audience. Every corporation says it now, from video game companies through to TV, film companies. Doesn't exist.
No.
Doesn't exist. You had an audience, and you might as well turn modern to mythical. Or you might as well turn modern into whatever you're trying to manufacture. Manufactured audience. It doesn't exist, because if it existed, you would be successful. If it existed, and let's say the Acolyte was made, it's made for gay Gen Zers, right? And the Acolyte was the most watched show on Disney Plus. You'd be like, oh well, I guess it was then, huh? Yeah. Hey, but no. Because where are your Gen Zs, which are always on social media? Oh my God, Gen Z is canceling like Eminem or whatever they're doing, and they're not turning up.
Yeah,
probably because they're broke, got no job, that they're not interested because their life actually just revolves around social media takes and being perceived to be on the right side of history. Which is probably one of the most ironic sayings in the history of man. If you've got to say I'm on the right side of history, I got news for you. I got news for you. Who are you trying to convince? Yourself?
Yeah.
Are you trying to convince yourself? There is no modern audience. There's an audience that you chased away. And a corporation will never understand a franchise like the people who created it, developed it, loved it. Corporation's never going to have that attachment to it. All the corporation is going to be like is
just a line item, bro.
Franchise. Now, an intelligent corporation would be, let's make money. A dumb corporation like Disney would be like, let's cram a bunch of far left ideology because we live in a bubble, because we ran out the most important element of diversity that exists, diversity of thought.
True.
And so now we
only legitimate diversity, only
feel the same way. Worthwhile. We all finish each other's sentences. We have exactly the same opinions, and then you wonder why is it not doing it? Why is it not working? Everyone must be a bigot. No, you're just not making entertainment.
Yeah.
You're making ideology, and you're just preaching to yourselves about how virtuous you are. But by doing that, you're showing how bigoted and homophobic and racist that you actually are, and sexist that you actually are. You're excluding by using words like inclusion, and you're homogenizing and using words like diversity.
Yeah. It's not a rocket science. Unfortunately, they make it seem as if it is one, and this is why those L's continue to pile on.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to head over to Rippaverse.com to check out our comic book company. We have books, plenty of merchandise, and even some glorious animations from Rippaverse Studios.